Assalamu alaikum. So let's start our lecture. Before moving forward, I want to introduce something new terminology to you, that is soldering. What is a soldering? Soldering is a joining process used to join different types of metals together by melting solder. Actually, you can see in this picture, this is a PCB board. On the other side is components. All components are there, but these components are connected with each other or with the board on the another side. And how they are connected? By using a metal wire and a hot soldering rod. It will melt this rod on the component leg, and you can see the dot types. They will combine the components. You must see this. I think you all have seen this on mobile repairing shops, television repairing shops, on all type of electronics or electrical repairing shops. You can see this soldering iron, because from this hot soldering rod they can melt this and take out the component if some component is not working, and they can also add some new components. So this is called soldering, and you have there is a special training for this if someone want to learn this soldering. But because if someone is on the early stage of learning circuit designing and making projects, so they cannot learn that. So for them there is a solution, and that is solderless breadboards. Actually all breadboards are solderless. Why? Because on breadboard you no need to make you no need a hot soldering wire and a rod, and no need to melt them and combine with the board, because on the breadboard there are holes. You just need to put your component legs on these holes and make a connection. So breadboards are technically actually solderless because they do not require soldering to make connections. Frequently engineers will use soldering-less breadboards to prototype. Prototype means to test any component and to test circuit board before building the final permanent design on the PCB. Because once you make the PCB design here, once this is made, for example, and after making this, when you test this, you came to know that this component should not be here, and because of this design whole board is not working. So this means your whole board is of no use. You have to again design this, or you have to unsolder this component and change the component. So it is a big task. So in order to avoid such type of things, we use breadboards, and breadboards are solderless because you can just plug in and plug off the components. So electronic components on breadboards. How electronic components are used on the breadboards? So these are the electronic components. You can see all these components have legs, and while we are using these on PCBs, these legs are, you can see in this picture, these legs are crossed from one side of the PCB to another, and when these legs come here, then we will place this wire here and this hot rod here, and we will do the soldering to make it fix on the PCB board. But on breadboard we will directly put these components on the holes. But there is a special mechanism behind this, that how you have to put this. This we will study in our later slides, but for now it's enough that these legs are used to put in these holes in order to make it operational. So breadboards are designed so you can push these leads into the holes. They will be held in the place and they cannot move. Even you will use these boards on different type of boards, but they will not fall off because they are stuck in these holes. How they are stuck in these holes? So this is the question. So this is what is inside a breadboard. The lead can fit into the breadboard because the inside of the breadboard is made up of rows of tiny metal clips. This is what the clip look like when they are removed from the breadboard. So here I told you that we put these legs into these holes, but how they are fixed? They are fixed by these clips. See, these are the clips and these are the legs are inserted in these clips. So the component is fixed. See, in the breadboard, this is the middle line and these are the clips inside this. So all the breadboard have these clips and these clips are used to hold the components. Most breadboards have back layer. Okay, this is the front side of the breadboard, but on the back side of the breadboard you will see this yellow color sticky note or sticky layer. If you want to fix this breadboard on some project or some robot like this, here you fix it, you want to fix it permanently. So what you will do, you will remove this layer and you can fix the breadboard. So most breadboards have a backing layer that prevents the metal clips from falling off. The backing is typically a layer of sticky double-sided tape covered by a protected layer of paper. If you want to permanently stick the breadboard to something, for example a robot, you just need to peel off the paper layer to expose the sticky tape underneath. So if you want to stick it permanently, then just remove this layer and you can permanently stick it on any robot or any experimental project. Now we'll talk about the breadboard labels, rows, columns and buses. What are buses? Buses means wires, connections. These are called, because what is the work of a bus? To take passengers from one place to another. So in circuits we have to, current have to travel from one point to another or data have to travel from one point to another. So wires will take those data or current. So that is called bus. So inside the breadboard is made up of a set of 5 metal plates. This we already read. This means each 5 sets of holes forming a half row. If you clearly see, there are some type of rows and columns named A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Here are positive 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and these are also 5. So one thing you have noted that from A to E these are 5, these are 5 and these both are also 5 and 5. Why? Because the clip inside the breadboard is of 5 connections. So this means 5 clips or 5 holes are in series with each other or are connected with each other. So this means if I rub this, Okay, from here you can see A, B, C, D. Here it said that the whole A1 is electrically connected to B1, C1 and D1 and E1. So this means this is whole A1 is connected with B1, C1, D1 and E1, but it is not connected to the whole A2. So this A2 is not connected with this. A2 is connected with A, B2, C2, D2 and E2. Why? Because this clip have 5 holes or clips, so they are horizontally connected. Same if we come here, they are vertically connected because 5 clips. So the negative or positive connections provided on the breadboard, they are vertically connected with each other, while A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, they are horizontally connected with each other. They are here and they are connected with here because we have 5 pins. Here you can also understand this is A1, B, C, D, E. They are connected. F, G, H, I, J, they are connected with each other. So this is how the inside working of the breadboard diagrams. Okay, this we will do in our third part of the video.